Hello, Cuna. So I'm going to be reviewing this was a open business meeting, January 23rd, 2024. This is regarding carpets, and it's not very common that you see like disagreements between commissioners. So I try to watch. I basically do a search for the word motion, and I just see how they vote. And if there's any sort of disagreement, I like to point that out because it's
Okay,
not very
next we
common.
have
So
a
here it is.
award bid 24024.
Basically, this is here you'll see. You'll just watch it.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Before you this morning is the award of bid 24024, the courthouse second, fourth, fifth floor judges chambers carpet replacement project
So it's basically carpet replacement.
2024. And the evaluation team has reviewed the bids received and would like to submit this recommendation for award letter for your consideration.
You can read the letter.
I'd be happy to. It's a letter dated January 23rd, 2024 to the Board of Ada County Commissioners from Ada County Procurement regarding bid 24024. Dear members of the board, Ada County Procurement received 3 responses for bid 24024. The following are the names of the bidders and the bid amount submitted. The first bidder is Ace Quality Finish LLC, and they had a bid amount of $223,000. Bidder number 2 was Great Floors, and they had a bid amount of $99,990. And bidder number 3 is Wall to Wall Commercial Flooring with a bid amount of $96,819. After reviewing the bid submitted, it is the recommendation of the evaluation group to award the contract to Wall Commercial Flooring as the lowest responsive bidder for the total bid amount of $96,819.
Okay, thank you. When's the last time the carpet's been replaced in the judge's chambers?
I don't think it ever has.
This is original with the building.
It's original with the building.
That's correct.
So when was the building built?
2000?
Ish?
We moved in 2002, Mr. Chairman.
Moved in 2002. All right. All right. Well, thank you. I'll accept the motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to accept the recommendation of the Evaluation Committee and awards bid 24024 courthouse second, fourth, fifth floor judges chambers carpet replacement 2024 to Wall Floors
Wall to Wall Commercial Flooring.
commercial flooring in the amount of $96,819.
Thank you. Is there a second to the motion?
Well, I think I want to make a substitute motion to table this. I did bring this up at the last meeting, but as far as us needing some additional money for jail funding, I think maybe we should table some of these non-essential projects until we have more of a plan. Some of this money could be diverted to the jail fund. I just feel like carpet, in the grand scheme of things, it tends to fall under the non-essential projects. Not saying we're going to do it, but I think maybe we should hold off on this and similar projects, give it a little closer examination, and see if that could be delayed a little bit to put the money elsewhere.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
Just a question. When we were discussing this, as I recall, one of the factors was is that the carpet, one is obviously 20-some years old, but some of it, the cement, the contact, the glue, there you go. The glue actually has asbestos in it, and there's some other environmental issues that are at stake here.
Wasn't that a different carpet?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, that's actually the project over at the public safety building.
Public safety building.
This is just kind of old and worn, and you have some issues where you have some leveling, where you have a separation between the glue and the substrate, basically, so. That's why we're.
So this one doesn't have that problem.
Doesn't have the asbestos problem, no, it does have some other issues, which is why we have a list for replacement.
So what's the normal time frame that we have? Because we have a replacement for lots of things, roofs, carpet. What's the normal in terms of carpet?
Yeah, I think operations has a prioritization plan that they put together every year for different types of replacement, whether it's HVAC or carpet, and Bob can probably speak to that a little more.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, which is a lot of the newer carpet squares has a 15-year serviceable life to it, and the problem that we have up there just depends on wear and tear, and age of the carpet and so forth, so it's well past that 15-year that typical commercial carpet has from the life expectancy.
And do we have the process of even in the worn areas, replacing worn areas? And
You can do that with carpet squares. You can't with the broadloom. The broadloom is a large rolls, usually 12
And that's
foot
what this
wide.
is.
That's what, yeah, so it's all original broadloom.
and now we're using the squares, right? So we can do that.
So we can do small areas. If it gets stained, you can have to replace it. You can replace high traffic areas and so on and so forth. Priority's been all of the public spaces first. So we've done the public spaces first, now we're moving into the offices. I think it's one of the last sections in the courthouse to be done. Is that correct? I think it's the last section, right?
Yeah, it is.
Last area in the courthouse to be done.
So this is normal process, and 20 years is an extended life for carpet.
It's been a while.
I would say, well, for me, I would say I would prefer to look at it and see what the issues are before voting on it, and follow up with a meeting with operations to go over, scheduled maintenance over the next couple of years as we're going into the budget, looking for additional money for the jail. I think this one is one that could be tabled until we took a look, but I do think it's time for an overall look at our maintenance project, the schedules, what's coming up, what could be deferred, and I think this is one that maybe we should at least start with to get the conversation going.
Another question. This was included in the budget, correct? That we
Yeah, I believe it's part of the overall maintenance budget for operations.
Correct, Mr. Chairman. So we do a breakout for all of the projects. Once our budget's approved, it's part of our deferred maintenance line in our budget, and we go into a capital breakout for all the items that we're gonna, we have prioritized based off the list that we have.
So this was included in the budget that we passed for this fiscal year.
For this fiscal year, yes.
For FY24. Right.
Yes.
All right. Any other discussion or questions?
Well, realizing it is in the budget, I think extraordinary times call for extraordinary measures, and then we need to re-examine the budget in light of the bond results, just to look for any additional savings we can. Again, not saying we're not going to replace the carpet, but maybe a more serious look on if it could be held off for a year or two.
I don't dispute the fact that we should be looking at budgets every year that we do to try to figure out ways that we can, in fact, save money or spend our money more judiciously. But I think this has been in the budget. It was considered in that regard, and it's not going outside the budget. We may very well actually have some left over at the end of the year in our fund balance as well, that we can talk about in relation to what our Commissioner Davidson was talking about. So I still stay with my original motion.
All right. Well, is there a second to your motion? I don't hear a second. Okay, I'll second your motion. And read the motion again.
I move to accept the recommendation of the Evaluation Committee and award bid 24024 Courthouse, 2nd, 4th, 5th floor Judges Chambers Carpet Replacement 2024 to wall-to-wall commercial flooring in the amount of $96,819.
Okay, and I second the motion. And I will state that I have no problem at all in analyzing all these, but we do that during the budget cycle, and we can revisit it right now, by the way. So I would invite anyone to visit with our operations to determine, is there a chance for saving somewhere? Because we always need to look for savings. But anyway, having said that, all in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Okay, motion carries.
All right. So it's about $100,000. I don't know if, like, the inmates, probably, like, as a taxpayer, what I would like to see is, I'm also a business owner. And when you're talking about these kinds of issues and when you're short on money, the first thing I say when there's $100,000 job is I'll say, okay, well, can you send me some pictures of the carpet that needs to be replaced? That seems like a very basic thing, and you take a look at the pictures and you go, it's fine. it can last maybe another 5 years. So whether it was in the budget or not, when you're in this sort of situation, I think, for me personally, as a business owner, if this was my personal money, I don't care if it's in the budget. I'm gonna just double check. Hey, does that carpet actually need to be replaced, or is it more of a cosmetic thing? And then, of course, if you really do need to replace it, go ahead. But is it essential? Are there other more important matters? I mean, especially with the jail bond not passing, now you're I'm not, well, the inmates or the jail, can some of that money be allocated to them and help with the jail situation? I'm with Commissioner Davidson on this one. At least table it. At least take a look at it. At least get some pictures of it. Maybe it's not their process, but like I said, if it was my money and it's my business and I'm trying to, best allocate, the resources, something carpet, I would consider that something to at least take a look at, and not necessarily something that I would need to wait until, a once a year annual budget. That doesn't sit well with me as a business owner and how I would steward my own cash. But anyway, maybe you think differently, and you'll just, I don't think anybody would look at it differently. I think everybody would just, if it was their money, they wouldn't wait till the once a year, annual review. They would just be like, all right, well, let's table this, send me a picture, and then we can determine if it really needs, really needs replacement, or even personally going out there and taking a look at it themselves. Anyway, all right, have a good one. Bye-bye.